absolutely perfection. These models, again, which gave some of us that had body dysmorphia or thereabouts in that neighborhood a real complex. Because we loved the clothes, but we could never wear those clothes like the models did. Now, it's not like they were like, muscle bound, but they were cut, they were beautiful. Everything was smooth and even and beautiful. And again, there's this trope about, ooh, where's my catalog? But that was not it. In fact, I rarely read the catalog because why? The store was right there. I could get it right off the rack, fresh from the factory. So I was obsessed with the clone. I went there for my fashion. Now, again, this is, you got to remember, mid to late 80s. So my fashion sense then would nauseate me now. But again, everything with Sean is POV, context, taking things into account, nuanced thinking. Before you talk, think in 17 directions, nuanced about how this is going to make one feel, how are you going to communicate it, and have I digressed enough? So it was a lifestyle because it really was like there were copycats, little storettes further down into like Boys Town, like Rage. Ugh, Rage. They make this thing about Rage, like getting rid of it was like history. I couldn't stand Rage. The only place besides Studio One, which was my home, which was my temple, was Mickey's. And Mickey's used to be a bar called the 4-Star. So I go all the way back. If I'm going to go to one of those, at the time I go to Mickey's. Rage was like, oh my God, I don't know why they consider it historic. The bathroom, there was like 1,600 urinals like this far from each other. Let's not pretend what it was for, the whole place, liquor and sex. And boys' night out, right. Look at the demographics, like how many foursomes and how many single or couples, that were looking for other couples. But the 4-Star ended up becoming Mickey's, and where am I going with that? But I would be wearing these things. So, Weekend would be rolling around, although Weekend wasn't an excuse for me, but so I had to have the tight jeans, even a white pair, and the top that looked good on me, but didn't look like it did in the catalog, but I could pull it off. And this went on for nearly 10 years, and I was still squirting gendarme all over me. So couldn't get enough of international mail, neither could most of us, whether you want to admit it or not, between the mid to late 80s, give or take, y'all were international mail boys. At one point or another, I know you bought something, a pair of skivvies, throw over. They didn't have, like I said, that weird robe, like geometric, freaky alien robe, like, what is he wearing? Stuff. This was all the sellable stuff. This was the off the rack, top of the line stuff, and it was usually great. And like I said, there was always a mile long line at the register alone. I miss it. I miss the feeling of it, the excitement of going there, not knowing if it's all going to be blech, something I couldn't pull off because I didn't have the right body type, because many of us had terrible difficulties with the 80s because we were not the look. And the look was very specific, give or take. If we didn't fall into that, we crawled into corners in Studio One over there and just sort of watched people dance in the dark and had a Heineken. Okay, I kind of went in several directions with that one, but I just wanted to give you the emotional impact that international mail, not the catalog, not the tropes, not the cliches, not the global corporate empire that it became and didn't become, but that chunk right there, that 10 years, 15 years. I don't know. You had to have been there. Okay. And I try to bring you there, these places, every day. So thank you for letting me word vomit this time, and just sharing your valuable time with me. And I love you, as always. Whether you like me or not, I still love you. Can't get away from that, because you're there, but you're still these 3 people in my loft, so. I wouldn't invite you in my home if I didn't like you. Shut up, Sean. My God, my goodbyes are forever. That's probably put me into 17 minutes. I love you. Be good to yourself. Care about those who enrich your life. And bye.